What's up, y'all? I am Marcus, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. We are in the middle of the calm flashback. The calm flashback. Everybody, don't panic whether you're at the disco or not. It's just a flashback. Tifa, you were waiting outside then? Also, Darkray, thank you very much. Welcome in. Yes. That pause before she responds there indicated by the dots. So, Tifa, you were waiting outside? Yes. We returned to Nibelheim. Sephiroth confined himself at the inn. He didn't even try to talk to me. Then all of a sudden he just disappeared, right? We found him inside the biggest building in Nibelheim. The villagers used to call it Shinra Mansion. Long ago, people from Shinra used to live in that mansion. Oh yeah, it's Chinese New Year's coming up too. Speaking of astrology and horoscopes and whatnot. Yeah, that's different, Roche. That's very different. People who try to create true believers and take a financial advantage of them. I'm not down with that. Very similar to the holistic medicine crowd. If you really want to help people study medicine, and I don't know that us having 12 HP is a good thing. I don't know that it's a problem either, but unfortunately someone in my life is very much into holistic medicine stuff and is sort of the sort of person who falls for like pyramid schemes and things. What's Sephiroth doing? Until we know there's no danger, we're not moving. There's nothing that'll harm the town, right? Why? Why do you ask? The Shinra showed up to eliminate any information that could be an embarrassment to the company. You pick these things up when you travel as much as I do. Zangan's seen this stuff before. No way. It's Sephiroth, he would never do that. Oh my, you sure do have faith. A lot of people have faith in things they don't even realize they have faith in. Apparently you can squeeze between these guys? Really? It looks like there would be a gap over on this side between Zangan and Tifa's dad. It's not easy. Okay. Do you know which side it can be done on? I don't want to waste too much time trying because I don't want to mess up the VOD, but that is an interesting tidbit. I've not seen that before. Between Zangan and Tifa's dad it is. Okay. Yeah, it looks like there's a little gap there, but I don't know how you would. I wonder if you menu to, or do you just kind of brute force your way through? Oh well, that's a cool tidbit. I don't really want to waste too much time since we're trying to keep the pacing going forward here. But that is really cool. I'll probably try it on my own at some point. Probably just as hard to get back in though. I would probably just soft reset at that point. Imagine Baby Cloud alone in the world map around here. Yeah, you gotta wonder how the hell he got to Midgar in the first place. How does anybody get out of Nibble? But then again, the monsters presumably weren't that bad back then, right? Oh, don't get me wrong. I think that folk remedies and stuff, in some cases, there can be an actual medical benefit, and it's something, but in those cases, I think it's something that can be studied and found and proven, and then it becomes not a folk remedy anymore. There's no sign of Sephiroth, but I know I saw him go into this room. The select button is your friend here. How close, I wonder, you have to walk to that? I guess not too close before it pops open. Because you don't have to press the confirm button or anything, it just pops open. Yeah, don't get me wrong, there are lots of issues with the... I'm getting off topic, so I don't want to go too long on this, but... Yeah, there's lots of issues with the big pharmaceutical companies and with the medical system, particularly in the US, and the way that they prescribe drugs for shit that don't necessarily need it. And other things that might benefit you are kind of brushed aside because they can't make money off of it. I get that, but it's kind of a spectrum, right? That's one extreme problem, and then the extreme problem on the other end is people selling snake oil. But I think there is a middle ground of things that you can do that are going to improve your life without a prescription. And things that can have provable medical benefits. And then things that seem like they might be, but upon scrutiny, you find out it's unrelated. These skulls still have blood on them. Or is it blood stains? Like, good lord. Can't go in here, huh? An organism that was apparently dead was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. Professor Gass named that organism Genova, 2,000 years ago. X year, X month, X day, Genova confirmed to be an ancient. X year, X month, X day, Genova project approved. The use of Mako Reactor 1 approved for use. My mother's name is Genova. Genova project. Is this just a coincidence? Professor Gast, why didn't you tell me anything? Why did you die? Why indeed? Lots of stuff in here that will become very relevant later on in our playthrough. Let me be alone. Genova's witnesses. Oh, good lord. Look at this Ron Burgundy motherfucker up in here. He's got many leather-bound books, and I'm sure this table's made out of mahogany. Thrime, have you not seen 7 before? I'm curious. Mahogany. Sephiroth didn't come out of the Shinra mansion. That flicker on Sephiroth's character model to indicate the candle lighting. He continued to read as if he were possessed by something, and not once did the light in the basement go out. Oh, that's cool, Thrime. I hope you really enjoy this playthrough. It's so cool to hear people experiencing this for the first time here. Hey, what's up, Gordon? How are you doing this morning? Mahogany. This is such a cool track, man. They still standing guard? Damn. What's Sephiroth doing? There's nothing there. Now, this is getting to be a little bit ridiculous. Like, y'all have been standing here all night. Just because Sephiroth's acting weird. Now, mind you, I think it actually turns out to be prudent, but still, Sephiroth seems different. Oh, that sound. Cold snap over here, so I'm happy. Oh, you like the cold weather, Gordon? We should have some really cold weather moving in next week. I think it's probably our best and last chance for snow for the year, so I'm really hoping that we get some. I am not a huge fan. I like looking at snow. I'm not a huge fan of having to go places in snow, but Kristen absolutely adores it. We had a large snow last year, and she still talks about it. Like, we built a snowman, we had a snowball fight. There was another dad and his daughter outside, and we all had a big snowball fight together. And she just, like, apparently it made a huge impact on her because she's like, winter's my favorite because we get to play in the snow. And I'm like, well, we don't have snow every year, boo. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Rain, Christy would be so jealous of all the snow. Snow good on a postcard. Who is it? Traitor. Traitor? You ignorant traitor. I'll tell you. Watch Sephiroth's walk cycle here. This planet originally belonged to the Cetra. Cetra was an itinerant race. They would migrate in, settle the planet, then move on. At the end of their harsh, hard journey, they would find the promised land and supreme happiness. But those that disliked the journey appeared. Those who stopped their migrations, built shelters, and elected to lead an easier life. They took that which the Cetra and the planet had made without giving back one whit in return. Those are your ancestors. Sephiroth. So what Sephiroth's saying is that the Cetra, the ancients, migrated from planet to planet, creating life and then moving on. And that humans are the descendants of ancients who came to this planet and settled, but chose not to move on. And instead of creating new life throughout the universe, are just taking and not giving back, and they're sucking the planet dry. That's what he's saying. Long ago, disaster struck this planet. Your ancestors escaped. They survived because they hid. The planet was saved by sacrificing the Cetra. After that, your ancestors continued to increase. Not from planet to planet, just place to place. My impression was planet to planet. Did it... What did it say? What was the line again? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. My impression was always that they were planet to planet. Maybe I was mistaken on that. Now, all that's left of the Cetra is in these reports. What does that have to do with you? Don't you get it? An ancient named Genova was found in the geological stratum of 2,000 years ago. The Genova Project. The Genova Project wanted to produce people with the power of the ancients. No, the Cetra. I am the one that was produced. So at this point, Sephiroth has concluded that Genova was an ancient found in geological strata from about 2,000 years ago, and that he was created using her genetic material. Produced? So he thinks he is descended from Cetra. Professor Gast, leader of the Genova Project and genius scientist, produced me. How? How did he? Look at that walk. Sephiroth? It's really interesting how differently Sephiroth views Gast and Hojo. With Gast, he reveres him, and everything that he did was wonderful. And then with Hojo, he absolutely looks down on every little thing. They said settle the planet, but it's like settling around the planet in different places. Yeah, I'm really going to have to play the original Japanese version so that I can see this stuff. I mean, I that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, Ortho. I just, more and more it's dawned on me that I haven't actually done that, and I really need to. Out of my way. I'm gonna see my mother. Oh, it hits. Mother. Let's go. This. Oh, man. And then they make you do the long walk up the spiral stairs with this camera angle. Soldier's gone. The guard. I mean, I would just play it. Ma, Nihongo wakaru no de. I'll just play the original. Hey, it's you. You're still sane, right? Yes, that was Danzig. Then come over here and help me. How did it burn so quickly? Mastered fire material. I'll check this house. You check that one over there. Hey, am I gonna die? Sephiroth. And the house that he asks us to check? Cloud's house. Cloud's mother's house. Terrible. Sephiroth, this is too terrible. Oh man. Is it some edgelord shit? Yes. Was it cool? Absolutely. The coolest part about that scene to me is as he's turning it and going into the fire, you see it's the way that they use black, specifically the color black within the flames. That's really cool. It is edgy. It is cool. Wait a minute, Citizen Azozo, you're the one that tells the truth, right? Right? Papa. Oh, don't call him Papa. That hurts. That hits me hard. Sephiroth. Sephiroth did this to you, didn't he? Sephiroth, Soldier, Mako Reactors, Shinra, everything. I hate them all. Understandable. There goes Tifa. Here it goes. Mother, I'm here to see you. Please open the door. How could you do that to Papa and all the townspeople? You promised that you'd come when I was in trouble. Let's take this planet back together. I've thought of a great idea. Let's go to the promised land. Sephiroth. My family. My hometown. How could you do this to them? They've come again, Mother. With her superior power, knowledge, and magic, Mother was destined to become the ruler of this planet. What about my sadness, my family, friends, the sadness of having my hometown taken away from me? It's the same as your sadness. My sadness? What do I have to be sad about? I am the chosen one. I have been chosen to be the leader of this planet. I have orders to take this planet back from you stupid people for the Cetra. What am I supposed to be sad about? Sephiroth, I trusted you. No, you're not the Sephiroth I used to know. And that's the end of my story. Reminder, no spoiler discussion, guys. Only what we've seen so far. Wait a damn minute. Ain't there more? I don't remember. I do not recall. What happened to Sephiroth? I do not recall. In terms of skill, I couldn't have killed him. Official records state Sephiroth is dead. I read it in the newspaper. Shinra Inc. owns the newspaper, so you can't rely on that information. I want to know the truth. I want to know what happened then. I challenged Sephiroth and lived. Why didn't he kill me? I'm alive too. Seems like a lot of this doesn't make sense. What about Genova? It was in the Shinra building, right? Shinra shipped it from Nibelheim to Midgar. Did someone else carry it out after that? It was missing from the Shinra building. Sephiroth? Damn, don't none of this make sense. I'm going, gone. And I'm leaving the thinking to you. Yo, let's get a move on. Wait a sec. What's wrong? You just gonna stand there while Sephiroth heads for the Promised Land? I ain't letting Sephiroth or Shinra get to no Promised Land. If they do, then we're all screwed. You know what I'm saying? Is that all? Oh, brother. Fine, that's good enough. Oh, brother. Cloud. How bad was I when Sephiroth cut me? I thought you were a goner. I was really sad. I am a third wheel. The ancients, Cetra, Genova, Sephiroth, and myself. Let's go. Barrett's waiting. What a fascinating story. Whew. Get the PHS. So we can change our party members anytime now. All right, man. We did it. We did the calm flashback. Matter of fact, I think I will swap party members. Do 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 do. Man, it's so good. This music. Ow! I'm dropping my controller. This music is so good. The settings are so good. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily imply that they move to different planets there, does it? Sorry, I'm looking at... Thank you, Kush, by the way, for finding that line. It says that they travel around and that they open the planet, right? But it doesn't necessarily imply that they move to different planets. So that's actually... that's different than the way I interpreted the line in English. But that might just be because of, like, knowledge of other stuff that's going on. Thank you very much for finding that, Kush, because that's really interesting. Listen to me. Just now, some guy in a black cloak goes walk. What? Some guy in a black cloak goes walked. If you're just listening in on audio, it's not me being unable to talk. I mean, I am unable to talk, but it's the game. Just now, some guy in a black cloak goes walked east towards that grassy field. Okay. Listen to me. Just now, some guy in a black cloak goes walked east towards that grassy field. And he's got this killer sword is looking real scary. Okay. This guy are sick. Yes, indeed. Turasan, there are some things you should know come in handy when you're traveling. I already know. Whew. That feel when you change the sentence but forget to erase the old words. Yes, like when you change the tense of your sentence or something like that, but you forget to erase previous parts of it, and so the noun and verb no longer agree, that sort of thing. I get it. Good morning, V. Yes, there's lots of ellipses in this. Honestly, this is unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, but probably my overall typing style was developed from playing Final Fantasy VII. Overuse of fucking ellipses. It me. All right, just for a little bit. Let's swap things up. That's unfortunate. Exactly. By the way, Kush, I appreciate it again. Thank you very much for finding that line. I appreciate you putting in that effort there, because that gives me a slightly different understanding of things than what I previously had. And I love it when that happens. All right. God, that music. So good. Also, M-Chom, welcome back. You got in there during the flashback, didn't you? Welcome back, M-Chom. And Orange Bish as well. Thank you very much. Welcome in, Organic. Yeah, I apologize for the erratic schedule, but I think it does lead to better streams in the end. Because I'm pretty much just only streaming when I'm really feeling it. And yeah, my Twitter is the best way to know that I'm going live. I'm trying to tweet less nonsense and more only when I'm going live. It's not easy for me because I like to tweet a bunch of fucking nonsense. The conversation does come off a little different in JP and it makes me want to replay the game. Same, man. Going through it this time, I'm appreciating the game so much more. I mean, I already have high esteem for this game, but I'm appreciating the setting and the details and the environment so much more. But it's also really, really, really making me want to replay it in Japanese. I don't know that that would necessarily be suited to stream, though, because I'm so bad out of practice. Like, it would be something that I'm having to look up kanji every other line, I'm sure. So... But nonsense is the reason for Twitter's existence. Yeah, I'm just one of those people that can't maintain separate Twitters. Like, I just can't do it. I've tried to have, like, a personal Twitter and then a, hey, it's ENB and this is... like ENB news stuff, but it just doesn't. I'm too dumb for all that shit. Yeah, we gotta get the enemy skills, and there's a steal out here that I want to get. Oh, I get you, Organic, and I don't blame you for staying off Twitter either. It's never good shit. It's almost never. That was the whole point behind me trying to do the Daily Vagrant Twitter account that I did, or was trying to do last year, where every day I just tweeted out a video of a room of Vagrant story with some discussion about it. If there were more accounts like that on Twitter, then you could. It would be like a more positive, like happy little break for the day, right? Would love to see a JP playthrough. Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but like I said, I just don't think that my current level of Japanese ability would be conducive to a live stream. Like, I could do videos, although that would take a lot of effort. But, yeah, live translating it for an audience, I'm probably not at that skill level anymore. Congrats, Lucky. Taking out Roach? Alright, enjoy your walk in the snow. Yeah, Thrime, it's a lot more effort than you would expect. That snowman story earlier, how old is Krista now? She is currently 7. She was 6 at the time that we had the big snow. And I distinctly remember it started snowing a little bit when I picked her up from school that day. And as we were going back, she was so excited about it. I'm like, well, yeah, but boo, don't get too excited because I really don't think it's gonna stick. It doesn't normally stick down here. Of course, we don't live in Mississippi anymore. We live somewhere else. And I was kind of surprised because I took a peek out the window a couple hours later and there was a blanket of snow on the ground and I was like, oh. Oh. And I said, hey, boo, put on your socks, put on your jacket. And she's like, what? And I said, just do it, just do it, just do it. So she put on her socks and she put on her jacket. I said, all right, let's go. And she's like, where are we going? I'm like, you'll see. We took a step out the door. Just imagine being a kid, getting home from school and everything having been like green and like there not being much snow or whatever. Oops. And then you sit there, you eat your snack, you do a little homework, you watch a show, and then you step outside and everything is covered in white. Yeah, it makes sense that it made such a big impact on him. Yes, and I think that the localization, the original English localization of 7 is probably part of why people have a difficult time understanding the story. Where are these damn enemies at? What the hell? What the hell? Catching up with the Vagrant Story VOD series and want to know where you get more benefit from views, YouTube or Twitch. Does not matter to me. Watch it wherever is convenient to you, Mind Taker. Absolutely. With regards to like earning money, I guess like a Twitch sub is worth so much more than watching 100 fucking ads, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. I just want people to watch it wherever's most convenient for them. Oh, nice, Moogie. I gotta say, like, I'm curious too how much of like the magic that some of these old games holds lies within their kind of wonky translations that they've got. Like, if it was more straightforward with the translations, would they hold the same degree of mystique and mystery and interest? Does that make sense? I feel like maybe a lot of them would, but maybe some wouldn't. I don't know. The Devil Ride. Look at this guy. He's got arms covered. Fuck. The Devil Ride, answering the question, would you ride yourself, very literally. Tulip, thank you very much, and welcome back. I really appreciate it. I see you with the Peeve dog there, man. Man, I'm glad Peeve got his root canals taken care of. It's gonna help him out a lot. I just hate that apparently he punctured a nerve. That's what he was tweeting about this morning. I hope he gets to feeling better soon. Peeve's a good guy, yo. You can have some of ours. I'm in Canada, we got lots to say about snow. I don't need a lot, I just need a little. Just enough for the kiddo. Man, I'm sorry for all the sniffles here lately, guys, but dude. Oh yeah, we'll probably get early beta here, but I just want to encounter a custom sweeper so that we can go ahead and get Barrett's atomic scissors. Yeah, drilling in his jaw for 4 hours and puncturing a nerve sounds... I don't know, I had a much easier experience with my root canal. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's that organic or if it's the shadow cast by the plate. Would have been interesting if Woolsey had translated this game. I will say this, I think that Woolsey did a fantastic job given the resources and such at his that were at his disposal, given his schedule and his resources and the degree of support that he got or didn't get. I think everybody slams on those localizations and it makes sense, but I don't think it was about Woolsey so much as it was about the environment and the schedule. Yeah, that's why I stepped a little bit closer, Drodius. 4 hours, that's, I don't know, it must have been really, he must have had the nerve wrapped around his jawbone. I'm not sure. Your wisdom tooth remover took 6 hours. Oh man. I've had, you know, wisdom teeth cut out. I've had root canals, but it ain't never been like that for me. I hate to hear it. I hate to hear it. It's been such a bad experience for folks. But I will tell you this, you pretty much have to do it because, man, tooth pain, that's why you opted to be put to sleep. But see, that's the fucked up thing is being put out was absolutely the worst part of the experience for me. I hated that feeling, that lack of control. I fucking don't like that, man. I do not fucking like that. Oh shit. These guys will steal from us if we're not careful. Get them, get them. To be honest, there are reasons and explanations for most poor localizations even now. It's just that people don't know them. Yep, 100%. And more to the point, it's not only that people don't know them, it's that people can't know them, right? Because the way the general public reacts to stuff like that, to knowing the truth of how things come together and the challenges that are faced and how those challenges are addressed or not addressed, is just not something that the general public is gonna handle well. Like, there's no way. That's why when I see fucking articles whining about localizations and shit like this, it just it's a pet peeve of mine. It's a pet peeve of mine. Mind you, I will criticize a translation or a localization when I feel like it doesn't do something the way that I would want it to do, but the way that I would want it done. But having said that, I don't get down on the people who did the localization. I understand that there's reasons for why they make those decisions or how things played out the way they did, and I don't put too much into it. And I'll always say, if you really want to understand it, there's nothing else to do but learn another language and understand the culture that it's coming from, because you're not going to really fully get the writing without the context anyway. But that's, you know. I think the custom sweeper can pop up over this far, but maybe not. We'll go back a little bit towards Midgar. This should be close enough. Yeah, Midgar area. I thought that it did, but maybe I was wrong. At this point, game companies should know that people don't take kindly to bad localizations. Oh, there they are. Thrime, honestly, I feel like that kind of attitude is part of why you can't know the details of it, to be honest. You winning? We're winning, Rated. We're winning. Like, companies just can't address things openly because... There we go, nice. Yeah, the atomic scissors, it is a melee weapon for Barrett. I'll show you. 1 second. We also got Matcha Magic, an enemy skill there. Enemy skill is essentially the blue magic of this game. So as you see, the Atomic Scissors has a lot more attack power. It's very similar to the Hard Edge. It's got the same materia slot structure. It's got the same attack power. but it is also a melee weapon. You see, this says long-range weapon, this says initial equip long-range weapon. This is not a long-range weapon. So if you want him to do full physical damage, you have to swap him to the front row, but that's not a problem because Barrett is fucking tanky. Barrett is fucking tanky, man. It's all good. Love it, man. Yeah, I like red magic and blue magic. Those are honestly my favorite. Red mages and blue mages are always more interesting to me. Let's see. There, we got Matcher Magic. Matcher Magic. Enemy skill in this game is fucking busted. Let me stretch that F out so you really know. It's so strong. It's so strong. Yeah, Mule, I'll actually probably give Cloud the long-range materia because my favorite materia setup for Cloud is a couple of cover materias early on until we get one that's high enough level to cover all the time. Get that additive stacking from the cover materia, throw counter attack and long range on him and throw him in the back row and just let him go. Yep. It's weird too, Kush. It's really weird how much people will spend on VO and then have their extremely expensive voice recordings of the dumbest fucking lines that aren't localized in a very good way at all. But, you know, it is what it is. Blue magic is always situationally OP depending on the game. Yeah, but in this game, the situation in which enemy skill is OP is every situation, and I'll demonstrate that. Hold on. Are any Zelda games you actually enjoy? Zelda 2, Link to the Past, Link's Awakening. He doesn't need... The thing about it is, he can do that. He does more damage. He doesn't need an all materia. He can cast it and hit all enemies more than once per battle. Let's see. Non-elemental damage to all opponents. Opinion about Breath of the Wild's open world game. I think Breath of the Wild is considerably worse than the overall internet's opinion of it. I don't feel like it does a good job of rewarding exploration at all. And without any sort of really interesting story, there's really not much draw because the combat's really clunky too. That's my personal opinion. You asked. I don't go out of my way to slam on stuff, but I think Breath of the Wild's... The breakable weapons mean that they can't really reward exploration very much. They can't give you something cool that's going to last a long time. They're going to give you a fucking Korok seed, right? The story's not interesting. I mean, it's just generic as shit. That's fine for what it is. That's part of the reason why Zelda has such broad appeal. But the combat's also clunky, and I don't find it fun or enjoyable. But if you wanted to just wander around in a sandbox, then, you know. Of course, I don't really like open world games for the most part that much. I don't, by the way, I understand why they have the breakable weapons. Like, they wanted to emphasize you using your abilities and your powers to solve combat situations in creative ways. Totally understand it. I get where they were going from. but I think that it hurts their ability to reward exploration, and the combat's really clunky and it's not really fun. I'm only saying this because I was asked. Thanks to Mako Energy, life's pretty darn convenient. Thanks to Shinra. Don't you think? You're full of it. But I'd hate to think what life would be like without Mako Energy. Yeah, Mako Energy's made our lives much easier, and it's all thanks to Shinra Inc. Mako Energy's made things a lot more convenient, but seems a lot of plants and animals have been disappearing at a rapid pace. I think the old life was better. Don't you think so? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure, I'm right. Don't you think? You think so, don't you? Isn't it cool? No matter what you say, it just reinforces what they already thought. I can't help but feel like there's a little bit of commentary in here with these NPCs. I don't know, Breath of the Wild's an interesting one to me because I feel like if you take that and make it not Zelda themed, people don't have anywhere near the same reaction to it. Your responses here matter to the hidden dating mechanics. Does it affect the affection levels of your crew? I actually didn't realize that, Mule. I'm not sure who would. I guess maybe Yuffie would benefit from you being like, oh yeah, I like Mako Energy. Did you say you came from Midgar? I used to live there too, but I hear they got lots of troubles lately. Is technology bad? We wonder while communicating on a streaming service chat room, watching someone play a video game. I mean, the thing about that, Zoza, you can have concerns and criticisms of technology without, while still depending on it and without wanting to get rid of all of it. You know? Oh, poor puppy was locked in the closet. This guy's an asshole. What the fuck? You say you came from Midgar? I said I came to kick your ass. You don't lock the dog in the fucking closet, you piece of shit. Sorry. I'm sorry. I've heard the most praise from Breath of the Wild from game devs, so apparently it does something right. Yeah, well, I was gonna say something. There's a lot of game developers who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Nah, I mean, it's a matter of tastes. There's a lot of it. And I think that one of the things that a lot of game developers praise about it that just doesn't matter to me is like the way that the open world exploration is handled. And I can recognize that. People look for different things in video games. Many game devs are pretentious douches. Yeah, many streamers are too, myself included. I'll at least be honest about it, dude. I can only speak for my own tastes and what I think, right? I'm not above beating an old man. If they lock a fucking dog in a closet, I'm not either. There was a suspicious looking man in a black cloak. He was carrying a wicked looking sword. Why doesn't anyone believe me? I'm all alone. I believe you, bro. I believe you, and I'm also gonna loot your house. Don't mind me. Video games were a mistake? Humanity's a mistake. What the hell are you talking about? Humanity is the mistake. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a soldier. That's why I'm training hard now. Yeah, good luck. My old brother's so stupid. He's so embarrassing I could just puke. Yeah, hiya, yog. Good morning, Mondo. Guard source. I'm gonna be honest though, I think that what Nintendo's trying to make with games like Zelda, they're trying to make games that they make these kind of, from my perspective, they're generic flavorless games that are sometimes well executed, but it's because they're trying to appeal to a large audience, and because a lot of their audience is younger, and they intentionally choose to keep the younger audience. The Peacemaker. However, it's not always that way, because you look at Nintendo games like Splatoon 2. Now that game has got fucking style and like quality and content. Like it's got heart. That game's got fucking heart. You get the Peacemaker here. This is such a cool hint that there's another character that you're gonna get, because he can't equip the Peacemaker. Well, beyond that, I think Breath of the Wild was probably the first open world game for quite a few folks. At least the first one done at that level. I hear that the natural resources near the reactors are being sucked dry. We're better off with them bringing in the Mako energy. I still sometimes say Mako, even though I know it's Mako. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn's got phenomenal combat. The combat's really, really fun. Unfortunately to me, and like I said, I want to reiterate this, I don't really like open world games that much. So that's part of the pacing for it was really, really rough for me. The famous floating city, Midgar. Just once, I'd love to see it in person. Well, I mean, you can look out your window and see it, right? I heard President Shinra was killed, and his son Rufus, the new president, was badly hurt. Yeah, I bet that's new to you. Hey, you're pretty clued in. This is just between us, but I heard it was that Ava what-do-you-call-ems that attacked the President Shinra and his son. Okay. What do you think is the best way to reward exploration? In my opinion, it's entirely dependent on the context. I do think that it's important to give people... So if you're going to give a reward, I feel like it should be something that players feel like they can use in the gameplay in interesting ways, but it also needs to have something else to it as well. Like, that's not for every game, but kind of as a general principle, either having some sort of story or world building significance along with its gameplay value. I think when you start to get that sort of holistic design, that's when you start to have really interesting stuff. But that's not necessarily every project has to be that way, and don't get me wrong. I only comment about stuff about Breath of the Wild from my own perspective and only because I'm asked. I don't think there's anything wrong with that game existing in exactly the way that it does, and it's clearly perfect for a lot of people. And that is 100% fine. Is it true that Shinra made a monster? It's true. Yeah, well, either way, as long as we're using the reactor, we can't stand up to Shinra. Whew. Whew. That's the most real world shit in this fucking game. Replace Monster with debt and Shinra with China, and that's America's... one of America's problems at the current moment. One of America's many problems. Not just the US either. I got my health and enough to eat. All's well. This guy. This guy. Yeah, exactly, Viscount. Not everything has to be for you. But you can still have an opinion on stuff even if it's not made for you. Right? You only played the NES Zelda's Link to the Past and Twilight? I know that Thomas really likes Majora's Mask, but I didn't have an N64 back in the day, and it's not something I messed with too much. This song's so cool. Good morning, Lynn. I think it's great to have opinions as long as you can keep a sense of perspective on yourself, which is hard to do. Yay, heal magic. Yay, earth magic. Leveling up sense is senseless anyway, so. The Mithril Saber, absolutely worthless if you know about the Hard Edge Steel. The Cannonball, absolutely worthless if you know about the Atomic Scissor Steel. The Mithril Claw. Full Metal Staff, useless if you know about the Striking Staff Steel. Mithril Armlet, useless if you know about the Carbon Steel. I would get the Mithril Claw for her, but I'm actually not going to put Tifa in the party for a little bit because I know how much I'm going to end up using her later. And because my horoscope specifically said that my lucky item of the day was a leather glove, and that is her initial starting equipment if I'm not bad mistaken. And you know what? I don't, own any leather gloves, so that's all I've got. Right there. So we're just gonna stick with this, okay? That's our lucky item of the day, guys. I've thought this through very carefully. I can't remember. I think there is a steel in the Mithril Cave for Tifa. My old man was a miner, but he couldn't go to work after monsters started appearing in the Mithril mine. Now all he does is sit around getting drunk at the bar. Zozo, it's just for fun. I heard terrorists bombed a Midgar reactor. There sure have been a lot of dangerous accidents recently. Hate it. Just hate it. Hey, what's up, Earthin? I'm sorry it's so cold. I hope you're staying warm. Me? I used to work in a coal mine down south called Mithril Mine. Wait. Is it, are you mining for coal or mithril? Right around then, monsters started appearing. After that, business went to pot, and nowadays I spend the days here drinking. Man, Final Fantasy VII gives me winter vibes too, Stay out of the kitchen. He's saying you can't stand the heat. Oh, the Grand Glove, nice. It seems there was this group called Avalanche running around, but I guess they finally got wiped out by Soldier. Shin is trying to eliminate anyone who stands up to them. It doesn't matter if we like it or not. Shinra's taken over and we gotta live with it. That's another very realistic, real-world attitude right there. I think, did I miss? Oh, yeah. There's definitely something I missed here. I used to be a coal miner down in Mithril Mine. We mined so many diamonds. You were always planting seeds of a different kind. Hold on, I gotta figure out which one of these it is. You guys know what I was referencing with that? Hold on. There we go. Check it out, man. For no particular reason. Yeah. It's just a cool little vista that shows the top of the city walls and the spires so that you can get a feeling for the architecture. I love blowing people's minds with shit like this. I live for this. I've played these games too many fucking times. It's a really cool little different perspective on things, especially to see the city wall. Because it's built like a fucking... It's wild, man. Alright. If you've seen something new from Final Fantasy VII from me, let me know. Whether it was this or something else, it makes me happy either way. Intentionally a throwback to old Final Fantasy I style Cornelia? Maybe. Was there a Turtles Paradise flyer here? Would you say Final Fantasy VII is one of your go-to comfy games? I don't know. Final Fantasy VII is kind of a special thing to me. I don't know if I would call it a go-to comfy game. I think it's a little bit more than that, I guess. Maybe there's not a Turtles Paradise flyer here and I'm just forgetting. Did I get the Mega Elixir? Hold on. I don't know. See, I don't even remember where all the items are. I just kind of run around each time, grabbing whatever I can. I'm trying to remember how you actually get to that. I genuinely don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, you just gotta keep interacting with it. Is that it? Or... Damn it! And kicks it. Yeah. This game's great. And now we never use it. Oh, but we do, V. Because this game has an item duplication glitch. So as long as we keep one, as long as we have one, we have 99. We do use it, but I mean, you can't do the duplication glitch till end game, which is the only reason why I feel comfortable using it. All right, guys, we did it. We finished up the second part of the Calm flashback, and we explored Calm, and I got completely off topic talking about Breath of the Wild somehow or another. I apologize for my Breath of the Wild hot take. You know, as always, please keep my comments in a sense of perspective here, right? I am not criticizing people for liking Breath of the Wild. I am not criticizing its existence. I am only describing the ways in which I feel like it's not good for me. All right, let me go to the bathroom again because I just had another cup of coffee. I'll be right back. I swear I won't drink any more coffee. I swear. Be right back, guys.